SMTV.
SMTV News, Truth First to you next. Stay informed to stay empowered. Good morning. My name is Vera Philip. I'll be taking the news at the hour of 12 and here are the news headlines. Representatives of SMTV pay courtesy visit to River State Police Public Relations Officer. Chidi Lloyd condemns purported harassment of motorists by VIO officials. Federal government denies 40% allowance report for civil servants. And here is the news itself. In River State, representatives of SMTV paid a courtesy visit to the River State Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO ASP Agabe Blessing Kaborlo, on Thursday, May 13, 2026, to formally notify the command of the commencement of broadcast on the station. The SMTV delegates, made up of members of the station's management and production team, was warmly received at the PPRO's office in Port Harcourt. The visit formed part of efforts by the station to establish a cordial working relationship with security agencies as it begins full broadcasting operations.
Thank you. You are so beautiful and young.
Thank you.
I love to see women in beautiful positions like this.
Thank you.
So we can't wait to have a very beautiful relationship with you because we intend to cover security.
Women support.
Women support women.
So we have talk shows now in our studio.
Yes,
about
about security and everything.
You know, women premier actually.
You'll be coming to our station from time to time. We can't wait. I'll call you once I get to the station.
Speaking during the visit, the team lead, Dr. Gloria Odega, stated that the initiative was aimed at strengthening collaboration in the area of security awareness and promoting the dissemination of credible and timely information to the public. In her response, ASP Agabe Blessing Kaborolo appreciated the gesture and commended SMTV for taking proactive steps towards building a strong partnership with the police and other relevant stakeholders. Chairman of Emohag local government, Sir Chidi Lloyd, has condemned the continued harassment and alleged unlawful impoundment of vehicles by vehicle inspection officers VIO in River State. Sir Lloyd made the remarks after he was seen in a viral video confronting some VIO officials along Tombia Street in GRA Port Harcourt. He described the actions of the officers as illegal, oppressive, and a clear violation of an existing court judgment. According to him, his intervention became necessary after reports that VIO officials impounded vehicles, including that of a pregnant woman, despite a court order restricting such actions. The council chairman stated that a subsisting court judgment bars VIO officials from stopping motorists, seizing vehicles, confiscating documents, or imposing fines on road users. He stressed that no government agency or official is above the law and urged authorities to respect the rights and dignity of residents of River State. Lloyd also called on the River State Ministry of Transport to immediately caution VIO officers and ensure they comply with the court ruling to prevent further harassment of innocent motorists. And now let's take it to national news. Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation has denied reports claiming it approved a 40% peculiar allowance for federal civil servants. In a statement signed by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Mrs. Eno Olotu, explained that it neither approved nor officially communicated any such allowance to labor unions. According to the statement, only the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission have the legal authority to issue salary and allowance circulars. It noted that a circular currently being discussed was released by the Commission on 23rd of April 2026. The office further recalled that during a press briefing on 24th of April 2026, it announced several welfare packages for civil servants, which includes improved duty tower allowances, review of peculiar allowances, higher Esther code and book allowances, as well as a 10 billion naira housing loan scheme for public servants. OHCSF also clarified that the meeting held by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Walton Jack, on 12th May 2026 was not meant to approve the allowance, but instead was organized to encourage dialogue between organized labor and the NSIWC. Moving on, Prophet Ajiboye Olayinka has been convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment by the Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin for having unlawful sexual intercourse with 3 minor congregants inside the mission house of a church in Ilorin, Kwara State, where the defendant was the general overseer. The prophet was also convicted for illegal abortions of several pregnancies of his victims and thereby sentenced to 14 years imprisonment. The 8 charges against his were criminal conspiracy, unlawful sexual intercourse with minors, illegal abortion, and unlawful possession of firearms, contrary to sections 97, 238 and 283 of the Penal Code, section 3, subsection 1 of the Robbery and Firearms Special Provisions Act 2004, and section 31, subsection 2 of the Kwara State Child Rights Law 2006. Honorable Justice H.A. Jajele, who was the trial judge, explained that the prosecution had successfully proved the offenses of unlawful sexual intercourse with minors, rape and illegal abortions against the convict, but failed to establish the offense of bigamy. We'll go on a commercial break right now. Still to come in the news stories are, in the headlines, OPEC reports that Nigeria's oil production rises slightly but still misses target. Nigeria calls on international development partners to support efforts aimed at tackling the worsening fertilizer shortage. We'll go on that break right now. When we come back, business news is what's coming up next. Stay tuned.
This is SEM TV, reliable news and entertainment.
This is SEM TV.
Welcome back to SEM TV News. Still on business news, Nigeria's crude oil production increased slightly in April 2026, according to the latest report of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, that's the OPEC. The country produced about 1.489 million barrels per day BPD in April than in March, where 1.383 million BPD was recorded. But however, production still fell short of Nigeria's OPEC production quota of 1.5 million BPD. When condensates were added, Nigeria's total oil production stood at around 1.6 million BPD in April, which is still below the 1.84 million BPD target set in the federal government's 2026 budget. The federal government and all industry operators have been working to increase production to 2 million BPD to improve revenue, boost foreign exchange earnings, and support the 2026 budget. And now to agriculture. The Nigerian government has called on friends and international development partners to help foster efforts aimed at tackling the challenges faced in fertilizer shortage and its alarming costs threatening agricultural productivity across Africa. Senator Boubacar Kyari, who is the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security and part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's delegation, made the appeal during the France-Africa Summit held in Nairobi, Kenya. Kyari expressed his fears regarding the acute scarcity and hike in price of fertilizer all over the world, while attributing the alarming issue partly to the ongoing crisis in the Middle East, which has disrupted global supply chains. Addressing participants at the meeting, Kyari warned that the fertilizer shortage posed a serious threat to farmers' productivity and food production across the continent. He further disclosed his leadership was already working on a sustainable plan to cushion the effect of the crisis and improve access to affordable fertilizer for farmers nationwide. Conclusively, the minister persuaded France and other of their foreign partners to provide concrete support to African countries in solidifying affordable food security initiatives, cushioning structural vulnerability caused by national supply disruptions. And now to health. West Africa's healthcare supply chain has come under fresh scrutiny as key stakeholders prepare to meet in Lagos for the 2026 edition of the World Health Expo Lagos 2026. This is amid rising concerns over import dependence, foreign exchange volatility, and growing pressure on hospitals across the region. The program organizers, scheduled for June 2nd to 4th at the Landmark Center, has declared that the expo would facilitate immediate directives for localizing our healthcare manufacturing and fostering West Africa's medical supply chain. The forum becomes necessary as Africa's medical supplies market is projected to surge from $6.5 billion in 2005 to $11.18 billion by 2031, while West Africa's in vitro diagnostics market is expected to hit $1.388 billion by 2034. The industry's leadership has warned, however, that despite the rapid market expansion, hospitals and laboratories across the region remain dangerously exposed due to heavy reliance on imported medical equipment and diagnostic productions. According to projections presented ahead of the expo, between 85 and 99% of medical equipment and in vitro diagnostics used in West Africa are imported, resulting in supply delays, high costs, and severe operational disruptions in hospitals. And now to sports. West Africa's healthcare supply chain has come now to sports. The former coach of Shooting Stars, Fatai Amor, has expressed strong confidence in Ademola Lookman, backing the Super Eagles winger to become one of Atletico Madrid's standout players next season. He revealed this after Lookman had an impressive start to life in Spain following his move from Atlanta during the January transfer window. The Nigerian international star has quickly settled into Diego Simeone's side, scoring 9 goals across all competitions, including crucial strikes in La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and UEFA Champions League. Speaking in an interview with CompleteSports.com, Amor praised Lookman's rapid adaptation to Spanish football and insisted the winger still has more to offer. Amor concluded that Lookman's ability to adapt to different leagues fingers on his quality and maturity as a player. And now to foreign news. President Tinubu has taken Nigeria's investment campaign to Kigali, Rwanda, where he is presenting the country as one of Africa's biggest business and investment destinations at the 2026 Africa CEO Forum. He said Nigeria's large population, growing consumer market, natural resources, and ongoing economic reforms make it attractive for investors despite current economic challenges. The article highlighted how companies like MTN Group and MultiChoice achieved massive growth and profitability after entering the Nigerian market. Tinubu's administration says reforms such as fuel subsidy removal, exchange rate liberalization, tax reforms, infrastructure development, and expansion of the digital economy are aimed at repositioning Nigeria as Africa's leading investment hub. And that is SAM-TV News at the hour of 12. Let us go over the headlines once again. Representatives of SAM-TV have paid courtesy visit to Rivers State Police Public Relations Officer. Chidi Lloyd has condemned purported harassment of motorists by VIO officials. Federal government has denied 40% allowance report for civil servants. OPEC reports that Nigeria's oil production rises slightly but still misses targets. Nigeria calls on international development partners to support efforts aimed at tackling the worsening fertilizer shortage. Sam TV News, choose first. You next. Stay informed to stay empowered. Thank you for watching the news at 12. I am Vera Philip. Good afternoon.
What's on your mind today? The goal by Victor Osimhen was amazing.
The economy. Isn't that what's on everybody's mind?
I would like to see more women in positions of authority. If you heard and saw it from SEM TV, you can take it to the bank.